Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, your valuable time and association this morning. Without further ado, I would like to hand over the call to you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So the verse is 4.18.7, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
4.18.7.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because you said 14.7, so I thought, that's confusing.
No, Prabhuji, 4.18.7. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Apalitana Dhritacham Bhavadbirokapalakai Oribhute Talokeham Yajnarte Grasam Oshadihi. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is there. My dear king, not only are grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. Indeed, I am being neglected by kings who are not punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for self-gratification. Consequently, I have hidden all these seeds which were meant for the performance of sacrifice. Purpose. That which happened during the time of Prithu Maharaj and his father King Vena is also happening at this present moment. A huge arrangement exists for the production of large-scale industrial and agricultural products. But all these products are meant for sense gratification. Therefore, despite such productive capacities, there is a scarcity because the world's population is full of thieves. The word chori bhute indicates that the population has turned to thievery. According to Vedic understanding, men are transformed into thieves when they plan economic development for sense gratification. It is also explained in Bhagavad Gita that if one eats food grains without offering them to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yajna, he is a thief and liable to be punished. According to spiritual communism, all properties on the surface of the globe belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The population has a right to use goods only after offering them to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the process of accepting prasada. Unless one eats prasad, he is certainly a thief. It is the duty of governors and kings to punish such thieves and maintain the world nicely. If this is not done, grains will no longer be produced and people will simply starve. Indeed, not only will people be obliged to eat less, but they will kill one another and eat each other's flesh. They are already killing animals for flesh. So when there will no longer be grains, vegetables and fruits, they will kill their own sons and fathers and eat their flesh for sustenance. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Apalipana Pratacha Bhavadirlokapalakai Sori Bhute Taloke Ham Yajnarte Grasam Oshadhi. My dear king, not only are grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. Indeed, I am being neglected by kings who are not punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for self-gratification. Consequently, I have hidden all these seeds which were meant for the performance of sacrifice. So we are in the fourth canto, 18th chapter, with the title Prithu Maharaj Milks Fair Planet. So, in the process of the conversation happening between Mother Earth and Prithu Maharaj, already Prithu Maharaj has chastised Mother Earth in the form of cow, and this chastisement went on for such a long time. One whole, set of chastisement happened, and eventually Mother Earth, she is responding back. Maharaj Prithu's anger, even after chastisement, was not subsided. He was still trembling and his lips were quivering, and he was seriously hurt and upset with Mother Earth for her not doing her job. In fact, Maharaj Prithu was not even in the frame of mind to hear any response. He wanted only action. But somehow Mother Earth, she built some courage, and in a very humble frame of mind, she submitted her points to Maharaj Prithu. Srila Prabhupada writes that the scenario that was highlighted at that time is the same scenario that we are also currently experiencing in nowadays government. Srila Prabhupada has explained the process of accepting things, the process of handling things in our lives. If we don't do like that, we will be branded thieves. And if we are going to be continuing to do this, we will be punished. So this is the substance basically. But if we churn this substance out further, there are some few interesting reflections, and these reflections can be very helpful for us to not be a thief. So in the next half an hour, 40 minutes, let's churn this verse to see what lessons that we can draw home so that we don't become thieves. As a sincere student of Srimad Bhagavatam, if not we are contributing to glorify Krishna, we should at least operate on such a level to not to steal from Krishna. We have a basic primary responsibility of fulfilling some conditional responsibility. As we have always spoken in the past, there are two sets of responsibilities. One is called conditional responsibility. Second is called constitutional responsibility. Conditional responsibility is that which are bound with our own existing life. The family we belong to, the gender that we belong to, they are all part of our conditional responsibility where we need to fulfill as a wife, as a husband, as a son, as a brother, as a sister, as daughter-in-law, as son-in-law, as husband. So various relationships demand us some responsibility. And conditional responsibility is also about the social responsibility that we behold according to one's varna. So, a barest minimum expected out of us is we don't ask or we don't behave in a manner to steal off Krishna's property or Krishna's assets. So these reflections will help us, and some of these have already been discussed in the past, but reiterating them will help us to come out of this mode of being a thief. As a part of a meditational prayer to come out of this mindset of being a thief, there are 3 songs. I generally encourage that we always learn some prayers and songs so that we know how to and what to pray in terms of our difficulties or whenever we are in trouble. So my first reflection is about the fundamental point of the nature and the truth existing in this world. As students of Srimad Bhagavatam, we should know that there are only 2 truths. Truth number 1, which is established and time and again spoken about, is Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ete cham sakala punsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. So, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this point. This is called Paribhasha Sutra. What is Paribhasha Sutra means? Every literature, every scripture, they are trying to highlight certain aspect of it. They are trying to focus on a particular theme. They are trying to present a particular truth. It's called Paribhasha Sutra. So what is Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is to try to investigate and establish Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. That is why Sanatana Goswami has mentioned in his prayer to Srimad Bhagavatam as Sri Krishna Parivartita. Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna personified. And not only Sanatana Goswami, many other places there are references which talks about how Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna personified. I think we discussed in our last class, I'm not sure whether in this forum or Chaitanya Charitamrita session, we spoke about 10 subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam. The 10 subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam, Atra Sargo Visargasya Sthanam Poshanam Bhutaya, Manvantresha Gada Nirodho Mukhirashaya. These are the 10 subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam, of which first 9 subject matters, Atra Sargo Visarga Sthanam Poshanam Bhutaya, Manvantara Ishanugata Nirodha Mukti, which means creation, secondary creation, maintenance, special care and protection, initiative or the urge for creation, the period controlled by the Manus, scriptural information regarding Supreme Personality of Godhead, winding up of all the energies and liberation. These 9 subject matters, they are all called Ashrita. And Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is called Ashraya. It is the Sammam and Bonam. The message here is there are only 2 truths. One is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and second is called everything belongs to Krishna. So Krishna and Krishna are the only 2 truths. If somebody does not understand this fundamental part, if somebody is not able to relate to this aspect of it, they are still a Kanishka. Because we will be able to appreciate Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can we see the things around us? Can we see the people around us? Can we see the manifestation around us as Krishna? That's where the challenge is. Where does our thievery start? When do we become thieves? When we try to enjoy somebody else's property. So all that belongs to Krishna, which is Krishna's, which is a truth. If we try to negate that, forget that, ignore that, and try to operate on a principle that they are all for my enjoyment, that's when we have a problem. So it is extremely important for us to meditate, understand Srila Prabhupada writes this as spiritual communism. All properties on the surface of the globe belong to Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport. What does all property refers to? Everything, animate, inanimate, everything that is manifested, that we are seeing with our naked eyes, not able to see with our naked eyes, belongs to Krishna. So which means Krishna and Krishnas are the 2 truths. Maya means that which is not is called Maya. The definition of illusion means that which is not. So that which is not actually true, we are thinking it as true, is Maya. So in our daily life, it is us as students of Srimad Bhagavatam, we need to re-establish, we need to reiterate, we need to remember, we need to let us know ourselves that we are dealing with Krishna's property. And as a dutiful student, we are supposed to offer Krishna's property to Krishna and let Krishna know, Krishna, this belongs to you. This is for your pleasure. This is yours. Please accept them and allow us to serve you. And this is the frame of mind, whether you are taking care of your children, whether you are serving your husband, whether your husband is serving wife, whether you are serving anybody in this world, the frame of mind is we are answerable to Krishna because we are using Krishna's property. We are enjoying on Krishna's resources. So these resources are supposed to be dovetailed to glorify, serve, please Krishna. And the moment we try to dovetail it for our own personal sense enjoyment, we become thieves. So that is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing in a song, Vidyara Vilase Kakayinu Kaha. So he says that in my entire life, the entire education system that I had done, all I was thinking was that my education was everything. I thought I am very well educated. I thought I am scholar in such a manner that I don't need any other, support system. The entire life I spent in pleasure of mundane learning. I never worshipped your lotus feet, my dear Lord. Reading on and on, my hopes grew and grew, for I considered the acquisition of material knowledge to be life's true goal. How fruitless those hopes turned out to be. All the so-called knowledge of this world is born of the flickering potency of the illusory energy. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur further goes on to say that here is one person who has turned out to be such an ass, who for so long has carried on his back the useless burden of material existence. Life has become an agony, for my so-called erudite knowledge has proven itself to be worthless ignorance. O Lord, there is no treasure worth seeking in this world other than your lotus feet. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing this song so that we can all, respective individuals, we can all pray in such a frame of mind because we exactly fall in this basket. Because we think, we remember our materialistic education and we give that more importance over our spirituality or our spiritual consciousness. So my first reflection is to reiterate on this point that we have spoken in the past, that there are only two truths, Krishna and the Krishnas. And everything that belongs to Krishna has to be utilized for the pleasure of Krishna. Otherwise, it will be a chanchala, Lakshmi, Aishwarya, resources without Narayana or without being utilized for the pleasure of Narayana becomes chanchala. Lakshmi has predicted, if anybody is trying to enjoy me without engaging me in Narayana's service, I will become cause of that concern. So this is number one reflection. And as a part of this reflection, Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport, Yajna Sishtachina Santo Muchyante Sarvakildushai Gunjate Te Tvagam Pata Epa Chantyatmakarana. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, referring to that, he says, anything that we are going to consume, Yajna Sishtachina Santo Muchyante Sarvakildushai, is that if anything that you consume, if they are not consumed as an offering to the Supreme Lord, Gunjatete Swakam Papa, we are verily eating sin. Eating here refers not only about foodstuffs that we eat, it also refers to all that we consume. So that is why in our Krishna consciousness process, we are taught as a part of our basics that as devotees, we need to learn to offer. I come from a family upbringing where since the time I became conscious or be aware of what is happening around, till this point in time, in our house, there is not even one single thing that we have purchased, and it has not happened so far that we have not offered to Krishna. In the sense that we have fundamentally been taught that anything that you consume cannot be consumed without offering to Krishna. The moment you consume, Prabhupada says, you are thief. And at least we can avoid ourselves to not be a thief. If you become a thief, then we are punished. And that punishment is, definitely not something well done. So, there's a very interesting pastime. What this offering all about? Malati Mataji, she has done. This is from some reflections from Malati Mataji. I will read that. The opening of London Center coincided with the installation of Radha London Ishwara. The temple was very crowded and the program went on for hours. Some people had to leave and Prabhupada said, oh, they are leaving, give them prasadam. But the offering hadn't been made. A devotee told Prabhupada, the prasadam's not ready yet. Prabhupada said, there must be something. No one can live without prasadam. Prabhupada had the devotees immediately cut up some fruit, put it on the altar, and at the same time distribute it. We are ringing the bell, saying the prayers, doing our Gayatri and thinking, oh, it's not offered yet. And Prabhupada was distributing it. Prabhupada made 2 points at that time. He said, first of all, no one should ever leave our center without getting a little prasadam. We had been thinking that prasadam meant a plate full. And Prabhupada said, as soon as it touches the altar, it's offered. The whole process of offering is for our purification. This is significant and it's an instruction that we should deeply consider. Anyway, there are further points to this, where the message here is the propensity of offering, definitely it's procedural. More than procedural aspect of offering, it is about our attitude. So Srila Prabhupada is writing in this purport that so long as we are not doing anything as an offering unto Krishna, because it belongs to Krishna, and because we are going to use it for our existence and eventually dovetail our existence to glorify Krishna, we better learn to offer. It is not only just good stuff. Please learn. Krishna is our family member, one of the respectable, senior-most, elderly family member, and eternal family member. Like how when we buy something, we offer to show it to our family members. Let us put Krishna in the front and offer it to him. Accept it, saying to Krishna, this actually belongs to you. Because of some reasons it has come to my access. Let me try to engage this in a way by which you are glorified. That is why the very famous statement of Prabhupada, where Srila Prabhupada says that you can neither renounce nor claim. Because we can't renounce anything in this world because nothing belongs to us. Neither we can claim anything belongs to us because nothing is ours. So if I can neither renounce nor claim, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be a caretaker. We have spoken about this exactly same set of points in this forum before. That is imperative that we remember and put it in practice. Not only know it theoretically, we put it in practice. So consciously, everything that we are accessing, touching, feeling, talking, using, consuming, they all belong to Krishna and they are supposed to be meant for pleasing and glorifying and serving Krishna. So Krishna and Krishna are the two truths we should remember and they are eternal. Reflection number 2. The source of income is not our source of maintenance. This is the second philosophy that we need to remember. I repeat, our source of income is not our source of maintenance. We are maintained by the Supreme Lord according to our past, pious and sinful activities. So if somebody thinks that I am earning, so I am maintaining myself, that's a very wrong, irrelevant, non-coherent logic. Source of maintenance is always Vishnu. Source of income may be our endeavor. The reason this point is relevant in this context is Chori Bhute, Srila Prabhupada writes about population has turned to thievery. It is because people take the step of enjoying, amassing things for their own personal agenda. It's because they think that because I am the source of income, it is in my entitlement. I'll give some examples. We can say, I am paying my electricity bill, so let me consume the electricity the way I want. I am paying my water bill, so let me consume the way the water I want to, send. I am paying for the hotel bill. I will eat what I want to eat. I will throw away what I want to throw away. Because I am paying for this, I can do whatever I want. This is the mentality of materialistic consciousness. A devotee does not correlate things in such a manner. Because whether you pay the bill or not pay the bill, the energy and the resources belong to Krishna. If they are being wasted, they are supposed to be preserved and not being wasted. That is why a devotee is a very resourceful, tactful. Is one of the 26 qualities of a devotee. He is very tactful. Why is tactful? Because he knows when to spend, how much to spend, how much to consume, what to waste, what not to waste. It has nothing to do with your ability. If I will not waste prasadam, I will not waste food that I take if I can't consume. Just because I paid for it, it is not an entitlement that we carry. Mrigari is pastime. Narada Muni gave a very clear-cut instruction to Mrigari. When Mrigari told that I have not done anything else apart from killing this animal half dead and removing the skin and make my life, Narada Muni said that I will give you an alternative lifestyle provided you abide by my instruction as it is. With whatever intelligence and Ajnata Sukriti Mrigari had, He agreed. And what was Narada Muni's instruction? You sit in front of Tulsi Maharani and do your chanting every day. I will supply you your everyday food. But on one condition. The condition is, when you consume your food, you consume as much as you want, as much as your family is going to consume, remaining you distribute it. Don't amass, don't acquire, accumulate, then the cycle will get broken. You all will know the story of Ramgiridhari, and you can always, reread them in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are currently discussing them in our mid-morning Chaitanya Charitamrita class in the Madhya Leela chapter 24 or whatever it is, where Sanatana Goswami is once again asking for explanation of Atma Ramasya Munayo, and in the same chapter, the story of Ramgiridhari is repeated. So the source of maintenance and income point here is, the moment we have the propensity to amass, the nature of the propensity is such that you will never feel satiated. You will never feel comfortable that now I have reached a stage where I don't need it anymore. Every one of us can touch our heart and say, I will write in a piece of paper a number. If I have $1 million in my bank account, I will stop all my work for materialistic world and dedicate myself fully to Krishna. Can we write such a number? Maybe we will write. But the day we have $1 million hitting our account, that's when the version will change. Prabhu, inflation, scenario change, market conditions, emergencies have popped up, so many reasons. A very famous story that I have told in the past. Prabhupada was in Mathura and he was addressing to the public forum, public audience where he was speaking. And this is the first time Prabhupada came back from Western countries, and this time he came with so much of his white-bodied disciples. He's sitting on a big stage with so many disciples behind him, and Srila Prabhupada is boasting. You see, all these people, they have dedicated their lives for glorifying the Supreme Lord. You see, they have completely surrendered to Krishna. Even if you give them $10,000, they will not get carried away. So all the disciples started to, smile and beaming. So Srila Prabhupada immediately turned around and said that don't be too much proud that nobody has yet offered you $10,000. So the second reflection hence is about understanding that we may be the source of income for our family, but we need to know the source of maintenance is always Krishna, and Krishna will continue to maintain all of us according to individual's commitment, individual's consciousness. So it is our endeavor to understand this in a manner where we are not wasting any Krishna's resources at any point in time. And that is why a devotee by himself, by his consciousness, is a gentleman. He understands where the resources are coming from and whom they belong to, and they are supposed to be utilized for that purpose. And third aspect of it is, third reflection is about Mother Earth's current prayers. Mother Earth is not giving out the necessary crops and grains, but she is confessing that when somebody was exploiting me, I had to take a stern stand not to allow anyone to exploit. That is why I have hidden all these seeds which were meant for sacrifice. Because I was exploited, there are many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada writes that if we exploit Mother Nature, Mother Nature will react. If we abuse Mother Nature, Mother Nature will show her anger. If we are misusing Mother Nature, we will have an adverse result. Tsunami, earthquakes, floods, natural calamity, they are all resultant of anguish, anger of Mother Nature because she is being abused. So in our daily life, and we are supposed to be very, very careful not to exploit and not to get exploited also. Not to exploit, why? Because they are all Krishnas and they are supposed to be used for Krishna's purpose only. And not to get exploited because we are also supposed to give ourselves to Krishna and not for anybody else's gratification. This is a very nice theoretical understanding. But the challenge is to put them in practice. We fail when it comes to practice because we have so much of impulses, we have so much of propensity that will force us, drag us away from the reality that at one point in time, without even we realizing, we will be doing nonsense and exploiting. May it be devotees, may it be non-devotees. Somewhere or the other, the capitalist mentality or the education system or the nature that we have acquired by being part of this material world for an extended period of time, being a Nitya Baddha, makes us to only exploit, and unfortunately that doesn't go well with Mother Nature. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam has recommended how a grihastha, who is the only earning member of Varnashrama Dharma, is supposed to utilize his resources. If a grihastha does not utilize his financial resources in this specified manner, this exploitation will continue and punishment will continue. So just holding our hands and praying and crying to Krishna to save us from calamity, it will only be Sramaya very kevala. Because we crying to Krishna, asking for solution for the problem that we have committed, the solution is with us, not with Krishna. So if we are righteous, we will get righteous results. The Srimad Bhagavatam recommends 5 steps. Again, we have spoken this in one of the earlier classes of how the resources need to be spent. Number 1, utilize the money that you are getting, the resources that you are getting, to worship Krishna at every individual's house. This is specifically with Grihasthas, because I'm sure all the members of the call are Grihasthas are, trying to become a Grihastha at that stage. So basically, every single money that is being earned or that has been in a Grihastha ashram that you acquire, they are supposed to be utilized with following 5 manners so that exploitation does not happen and punishment is not going to be our way. So number 1, worship of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Number 2, welcoming and feeding Vaishnavas. Number 3, charity to Brahmanas. Number 4, taking care of cows and other animals who are, who are the weaker section of the society. And 5th is to take care of one's dependents. So, if money is not spent in this manner, if money is not spent for worshipping Krishna, if money is not spent for feeding Vaishnavas, if money is not spent for giving charity to Brahmanas, and if money is not spent for cow protection and taking care of the poor section of the society, and if we are not taking care of our dependents, we are punishable. So, in this case, Mother Earth, on her own accord, she withdrew herself providing support because she was exploited. When Mother Ganga and Jamuna and also Mother Earth one day went and met Krishna, and they went and submitted a request saying that Krishna, please rescue us from our situation. Krishna asked, what is the problem? Then Ganga and Yamuna said, and even Mother Earth, that so many people are coming and taking bath and washing away their sins by taking bath in Ganges and Yamuna. And where is our source of inspiration? Where is our source of purification? And Mother Earth's complaint was, there are so many notorious people, so many people are unscrupulous, sinful people are increasing in the society, so I am being overburdened. So what is the solution? Krishna said that when devotees are going to take baths, when devotees are going to chant and dance in the streets, glorifying the Supreme Lord, the sinful effects will automatically get changed. In Tamil, there's a very nice poem. Those who know Tamil, they can follow this. விழலுக்கிரைத்தனீர் வாய்க்கால் வழியோடி புல்லுக்கும் மாங்கே பொசியுமாம் பொன்னுலகில் நல்லார் ஒருவர் உலகில் அவர் பொருட் எல்லோருக்கும் பெய்யும் மழை. This means that if there is one good soul, if there is one good sensible person, if there is one noble person, just because of him, many people will get benefited. As when the water is, flowing towards the field, just because of the way the canals are arranged, so many crops will get benefited. Similarly, just because of one good, sincere soul can bring in good fortune to so many people. So Maharaj Prithu is becoming that good fortunate person, is going to bring in benefit for everybody. So the Prabhupada became one sincere soul. So we have so many examples like that. So here the message is that anybody who is exploiting Mother Nature will eventually be punished, and knowingly or unknowingly we are exploiting. And here Mother Nature has confessed that yes, I have hidden, I have withdrawn, just because one by one everybody is using and abusing Mother Nature. One by one everybody is abusing me. So in our own daily life, we should understand that we should neither exploit nor we should get exploited. Rather, we should be the part of the solution team rather than being part of the problem team. Right now, we are on the side of the part of the problem. We should somehow go to the side of the solution. And so long as we don't become the part of the solution, we are also going to be the recipient of the results of the problem. So hence, the third reflection is about how we are supposed to not exploit, rather we should serve Mother Nature. That is why if we talk about green revolution, if you talk about organic farming, if you talk about cow protection, if you talk about not using plastics, not to throw away trash, they are all not just a social agenda. Prabhu, we are devotees, Prabhu. Let us not talk about all this so-called moral agenda. No, they are not just morality. They are about spirituality as well. So long as we can connect it to spirituality. There are a lot of politicians who may make an agenda out of this, but we devotees, we know. Just by we exploiting the nature, we'll have to get back. One proper disciple was, Bhaktarupa Prabhu, a very good, family friend of us, and also he had been one of our guys. So he was once mentioning, I mean, it's a very exemplary devotee that I've seen, that he tries to avoid utilizing, tries to avoid wasting natural resources as much as possible, even to an extent that if there is a probability of not driving a car, he would say, I will not possibly not drive a car, rather I will go by train, I will go by other means of transport because I would like to reduce the exploitation of the natural resources. I mean, it may sound weird, it may sound impractical, but the point is, sometimes it has become, we are so much used to exploitation that we think it's normal, we think it's okay. So, Mother Earth will be very happy if you burn her resources for glorifying Krishna. You fly as much as you want, you travel as much as you want, you cook as much as you want, you burn your fuels as much as you want. So long as Narayana is glorified, Mother Earth will produce more and more. But if you burn fuels, if you burn food, if you burn things for our own personal sense gratification, then Mother Earth will withdraw. So it is whether we are flourishing or not flourishing is not just about our social status. It is also about our spiritual status. So if our spiritual statuses are not intact, then we will suffer. Anna davanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhava yajna davati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhava. Srimad Bhagavatham, chapter 3, chapter 4, whatever. So, anna davanti bhutani. Rains are dependent on rain. Rains are dependent on demigods being pleased. Demigods are pleased only when we perform our, beauty. And the beauty in Kali Yuga is Harinam, Sankirtan, Yugadharma. So in our journey to Krishna consciousness, we need to remember that we are absolutely interdependent, dependable candidate only. We cannot have a unilateral, monotonous, and completely self-centered lifestyle that will put us in trouble and we will be punished. I will finish it with a very important statement that Srila Prabhupada has made. But utility is the principle. But the utility is the principle only when we direct the utility, direct everything for Krishna-centric lifestyle. If you are utilizing the resources for self-centered lifestyle, like King Vena and the so-called unscrupulous king that Mother Earth is referring to, then obviously she will restrict, withdraw all the necessary support. And if Mother Earth withdraws support, we have no choice to go back to Krishna and beg. Because it is Krishna's resources, it's Krishna's nature. When my father was undergoing bypass surgery, in the blood bank in the hospital, they had written a very interesting message saying that blood cannot be manufactured. They can only be donated, so please donate blood. And it was just an ordinary statement, but there's a Krishna consciousness perspective to it. We scientists, we so-called, modern people, they proclaim so many achievements, but still we are dependent on Mother Nature. blood still has to be dependent on a living human being. And nobody can create a living human being but for Krishna. So hence, our dependency to go back to the source is always there, so let us not behave in a reckless manner. This sloka is to simply warn us, don't be reckless, you will be punished. So with this I end here, and just before concluding I would like to summarize the reflections, the points that we discussed. So this sloka is referring about how Mother Earth is giving her humble submission and explanation to Maharaj Prithvi, and as a part of that prayer, as part of submission, she is clarifying the real background where this all are arising out, and we have our own responsibilities. At least we should see to that we are not stealing Krishna's resources, if not glorifying and contributing. Let us at least be a righteous person. It is very, very important. Otherwise, we will have to be definitely facing the consequences. So, on the basis of this, we have three reflections. Reflection number one is Krishna and Krishnas are the two truths, and anything apart from this is Maya. Anyone who want to enjoy, consume anything should learn to offer it to Krishna and accept as Krishna's remnants. So be it with respect to food or anything that you consume or anything that you're using. Reflection number two is source of income is not our source of maintenance. So hence, resource utilization should be understood in a manner that they are all meant for the usage of service of the Lord and not for proving a point. So hence, source of income is not necessarily a source of maintenance. If source of income is source of maintenance, everybody who is rich will be very well maintained. Everybody who is not earning high salary will be a pauper. But that's never the case. Rather, the converse is somewhat true, because all the devotees who are living in the temples are very nicely taken care. And all those who are very rich, they hardly have time to eat, and they are sleeping using their sleeping pills. So the source of maintenance is not based on what you earn, it's based on what you have done. And last but not least, the reflection is about how we are supposed to not exploit and not get exploited. The moment you exploit, you will be punished. The moment you get exploited, that is our stupidity. So we need to make sure that in our journey of Krishna consciousness, in our service to the Supreme Lord, we should plan our resource utilization in such a manner. They are meant for glorifying Krishna. They are meant for serving Vaishnavas and feeding Vaishnavas. They are meant for giving charity to Brahmanas. They are meant for taking care of cows and other poor animals. They are meant to take care of your dependents. When money is spent in such a manner, there will be no entanglement. So there are many more wonderful nectars that you all will read as a part of this series of tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, we cannot hear you. I think Prabhuji got disconnected.
Hare Krishna. So I just got cut off. So I'd like to conclude the conversation with those reflections. If there are any questions or comments, we can discuss. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatham ki jai. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, very, very beautiful class, Prabhuji, with lot of instruction points. Prabhuji, you were talking in, we need to offer everything to Krishna, right? What about like some stuff we get it from the, stores, like, like a bread or anything that we get it? Can we offer that also?
Technically speaking, we are supposed to be offering, if we are conscious that I am going to consume, and if whatever I am consuming should be going to Krishna, so we should be choosing things in such a manner that they are offerable to Krishna, and yes, anything that you consume should be offered. Forget about eating things. I'm saying the clothes that you wear, in fact, the car that you buy, the house that you buy, I mean, computer, whatever that you use, just offer it to Krishna because they are Krishna's resources. So why not bread? For sure, bread. But if the bread is not offerable, preferably choose a bread that can be offerable rather than that which cannot be offerable. Because already we are fighting and trying to get rid of the sinful propensities acquired from the past, why to acquire more? Make sense?
Yeah, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Prabhuji, you are talking in the beginning that is we are bounded by conditional responsibility. Another one, what is that?
Constitutional responsibility.
Okay, what is it?
Constitutional responsibility means conditional responsibility means that which is I already explained with respect to body relations and social obligations. Constitutional responsibility is we are part and parcel of Krishna and we are spirit souls, and as a part of Krishna, we are supposed to serve Krishna. It is called because our constitutional nature is Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadar. That is our constitutional nature. This is eternal. Whichever body we may take, they are all because of our conditional activities. The constitutional activities does not change, and they are eternally that we are servant of Krishna. So whether we are, whichever form you are in, whether you are a student or whether you are married, whether you are retired, your service to Krishna can never stop, and we should constantly be working towards our constitutional responsibility.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Okay? Thank
Yeah.
you. Hare Krishna. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Prabhuji, you were mentioning like the same topic, conditional responsibility and constitutional responsibilities. Prabhuji, conditional responsibilities, can we say these are our prescribed duties, like Krishna mentions in the 3rd chapter, right? We have to do our prescribed duties, So, is that mean conditional responsibilities means, okay.
See, basically, I'll also let you elaborate on this. What happens is that in a Varnashrama system, prescribed duties are very clearly prescribed. But when currently in a society which is completely Varna Shankara society, which means society with unwanted population, with completely Varnashrama system got collapsed, what happens is that there's a dilemma on what is my prescribed duty. So will you classify yourself as a Kshatriya? Will you classify yourself as Shudra? Will you classify yourself as a Brahmana? Will you classify yourself as whom? How will you classify yourself? So we are in a predicament. That's the reason Prabhupada's one of the desire was to recreate Varna Ashrama within the society. So till we are all, working towards that, or everybody should contribute towards that, we should understand what my prescribed duties within my limited time space understanding. So the easiest way to understand is as a son, as a father, as a husband, as a son-in-law, as a beautiful citizen, as a member of the community. So you simultaneously play multiple roles. And there is something called as some predefined moral codes. At least let us live up to that expectation. Because as a son, there are some basic responsibilities. You should take care of your parents. You should take care of your dependents. As a husband, you should take care of your dependents. So if somebody, try to eccentrically think that, I am just a spirit soul and I will not attend to anybody, then that is not acceptable. So from that perspective, our conditional responsibilities are the prescribed duties, as Krishna rightly said in 3rd chapter. So the only thing is that the prescribed duties are debatable at this point in time. People can easily escape, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Shudra, I'm not a Brahmana. So from that perspective, if you are very clear about your psychophysical and constitutional nature in this particular world, then great, if you can classify your prescribed duties. If not, you have an established relationship by your choice or by whatever arrangements you have come to this world. So we should fulfill those responsibilities to the best maximum capacity, keeping Krishna in the center. And in any sense, Prabhu?
Oh yeah, very nice, Prabhuji. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I know. So, Prabhuji, one more question, Prabhu. So, in
Sure,
the
sure.
translation, it was mentioned that it is saying that they are not maintaining me, right? So, what does it mean, Prabhu, practically? Like generally, we take resources from the earth, we are offering to Krishna, but we are not maintaining the earth, or we are not thinking about maintaining the earth.
Prabhu, it's like what Prabhupada writes in this purport, and there are other purports also. Destroying nature for your sense gratification is completely unacceptable. For example, that every individual is supposed to contribute towards Mother Nature. It is said, if you cut a tree, you plant 5 trees. If you remove something out, you are trying to give back. Because the society, the Vedic system is done in such a way. So, Prabhu, we need wood. Okay, if you want to cut a tree, there are ways and means. Shastra has suggested. Suppose if you want to do something and construct a building, there are ways and means Shastra has suggested. There is something called as allowed consumption. Suppose somebody is having 15 houses. So is it considered as atyahara or is it considered as a basic need? I mean, so there are so many things that you can, that's what I was talking, the resource management and, trying to plan your life. If you do not draw a boundary and if you are not a person who is in a consciousness of giving back, you are in the consciousness of only amassing, then what happens is that this is come under the category of not properly maintained. So suppose if you go on acquire, at some point in time, it will be going to go waste. Somebody, a few years before I read, the lady died with so much of wealth without having next generation to inherit. So much of wealth she wrote in the name of her dog. So much of wealth will be taken care to take care of my dog. So this is waste of Krishna's resources. So when George Harrison gave the entire property to Srila Prabhupada, and George Harrison said, Srila Prabhupada, I will stop all my work and join you. Srila Prabhupada said, no. So the way Srila Prabhupada did resource management was absolutely perfect. He went and told different people different instructions in such a manner that they all can be dovetailed in Krishna's service. To George Harrison, he said that you dovetail your singing skills to glorify Krishna. So look at what George Harrison has done. He has given Bhaktivedanta manner to Srila Prabhupada. Look at what Ambarish Prabhu is doing. He is giving, so much to Srila Prabhupada and the masterpiece of Vedic Sanitarium in Mayapur. And some other people, Bhakti Sarup Damodara Maharaj, he gave him to, scientific preaching. The point here is that not properly being maintained means if somebody is trying to exploit nature without understanding the responsibility behind them, then they will be punished. And Srila Prabhupada particularly says that somebody trying to dig Mother Earth for Ugra Karma and not contributing anything towards the cause of spirituality. Say for example, killing cows, meat industry, and so many other activities which are not required. Because if this is going to continue, then Mother Nature is going to withdraw herself. There is a devotee friend of mine. He's in Middle East. He says that the company is producing machines to go and break mountains. Their job is to go on breaking mountains and try to utilize the resources for construction. So Prabhupada writes in Srimad Bhagavatham 2nd canto saying that if you go on doing that, destroy Mother Nature, then Mother Nature will show her anguish back. So hence try to limit your resources in such a manner. And economically speaking, the richest people, section of the people are always becoming richer, and poorer people are always becoming poorer just because the resources are not properly being maintained. If there were dharmic people, then society will be very well balanced. Just because you and me amass so much of wealth thinking for my future and not considering my current brothers and sisters and not supporting them, then we are trying to create an imbalance, and that creates a very strong disharmony in the society. That's why Krishna consciousness movement is an all-encompassing movement which can help revive this lost religion. So that is why Krishna consciousness is just not an ideology or a cult. It is a lifestyle. Am I making sense, Prabhuji?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, great.
Prabhuji, that was
Thank you
definitely
so much
a
for
wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Just checking if anybody else has any more questions for Prabhuji at this point. Right. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Once again, it was thank you for giving us this opportunity. We really enjoyed it, and we really look forward to having your association again in future. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, ग्रेट रामगिरधारी प्रभु जी की जय। हरे कृष्ण।
This session is no longer being recorded.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Goodbye.